Hey, hello, hi guys, welcome to my stream. I am so glad you're here. Hello, welcome, and oh my gosh, happy December. Happy December, everybody. It's a great day because it's December 1st, which is also pretty wacky because it's December 1st. And I don't know how we got here. How did we get to December already? I don't know, but welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So sorry about Wednesday, everybody. Was feeling a little under the weather. But here I am today, and we're gonna do some Variety Friday. I'm thinking we're gonna start with Genshin, because I really did want to do Farina's story quest, so we're gonna start out with that. Maybe that takes the whole thing, I don't know, sometimes the character quests can be pretty long, but we're gonna just start with that, and we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, welcome. I hope everybody's week has been great. I hope it's been productive. Hope you're getting hype for December. Lots of fun. It's 25 days till Christmas. I'm so excited. Good thing I'm already all decorated. Yeah. Look at me, I'm all ready. Ready for Christmas. Merry Chrysler. Happy Christmas. Drink water, everybody. Y'all, I'm pretty excited. I got myself a little early Christmas gift. Hopefully it'll be here next week, maybe. But I'm getting myself a new juggy. It was called the Cat Lover Special. I'm so excited. So that will be featuring soon. So you guys will notice my new juggy. Not yet though, but hopefully soon. Hopefully like next week or closer to the week after. Hopefully before Christmas. I was just hoping it would arrive before Christmas. But yes! Let's see. Drink of the day, by the way. Oh, that rhymes. Water, as you obviously saw, as is a staple of everyday water. We gotta stay hydrated. And then I actually feel so bougie, but I have my little, you can only just see the little thing. This is my French press. It's kind of peeling here. It's pretty, well used, I'll tell you what. Probably should get a new one, but I love it. It's blue. That's gotta sit for another minute, and then I'm gonna get me some coffee. Who wants some coffee? Anybody want some coffee? Alright, just wildin' today. Okay, let's pause the music, and let's just dive in, you know? Jump right in.
Where's Genshin? There it is. Hey, did also anybody notice that we're getting 800 Primo Gems for winning some award or something with Genshin? And the same for Honkai Star Rail. We're getting 800 Jades for winning some award or being nominated or something. I don't know. All I know is that's 800 Primos / Jades in my pocket. I really need them. I need them both because Silver Wolf for HSR and then Raiden. I totally was like, who am I pulling for? Raiden, Shogun, and Cloud Retainer for Genshin. Alright. The moment of truth. I feel like I made it pretty strong today. Ooh. I do it slowly.
Hey! Listen!
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the follow as I do my French press coffee here. Don't mind me. Okay, hello, welcome. Hazel, welcome, hello, hi, how are ya? I'm so glad you're here. Today we're doing some Genshin Impact and possible other games as well. And happy December to you also. There we go, we're all set up. Coffee ready. I am doing pretty well. I am excited that it is December, ready for Christmas, so on and so forth. But I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. Let's see. Oh man, I haven't been on in a few days. Oh yes, we should do the trial to get the Primos. Plans for what? Weekend? Nothing. I don't have any big plans this weekend. Just probably like, you know, cleaning. Relaxing. What about you? Any fun plans? Okay. Let's see. I won't do my dailies yet unless there's... I don't think any of these can get me any... Maybe this one. I'm trying to get the achievements for Fontaine, so I do some of the, like, dailies, and then the rest I'll just get through exploration. Just chilling? Hey, sometimes you just gotta chill. That's a great weekend.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Let's see. Oh, is this the one where I just have to find her dog? I've already done this one. Okay, we'll do this one real quick. I just wasn't sure. I'm trying to get all the achievements for the daily quests in Fontaine. I couldn't remember if I'd done this one before. Which rank? I'm at 58, if that's what you mean. 58, I believe, yeah. Yeah, I'm at 58 for my AR. Do you play Genshin? What's your, I have to follow her.
We're way behind schedule.
There he is. What's your AR? Dog acquired.
Next on the
37,
agenda.
very nice, very nice. Who do you play with? What kind of teams do you run? / who are your favorite characters? Okay.
We're way behind schedule.
So the rest we'll do for exploration. Okay, we're going to dive into Farina's story quest here. Ah! This threw me off. Wait, where's Farina? There we go. I went to the wrong one. That's why it threw me off. I thought I clicked the right one. I was like, what? Okay, just kidding. Okay, accept quest. Hopefully there's nothing that's gonna be in the way. And by that, I mean, hopefully we won't get to a point where it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, you have another quest you have to do before you can continue on, because that happens to me a lot. Okay. Alright.
Hey, Catherine! It's
Razor.
Got
Very
any new
cool.
commissions? Specifically one with a huge Moor attack, perhaps?
I never got into using Razor, but I had some friends who used Razor for a very long time. Really enjoyed it.
Paimon's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
Sorry, I was just gonna let that finish so I don't have to talk over it. So, I've been gaming since... Like actually gaming, not just kind of like on and off, since 2019, and then I've been streaming since last year? Yeah, like June of last year, I think. Or maybe May. I was trying to remember the exact. Hello, Keenedge, welcome! I'm so glad you're here. But yeah, so it's been gaming since, like, officially, you know, gaming since 2019, not just kind of on and off. And then streaming since 2022. May or June, I believe. I'd have to look at the date. So yeah.
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
If you're interested in helping, why not
Oh, he's
start by
just
having
standing
a
right
chat with the
there.
requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution.
I know the perfect person.
Maybe there's something
Great
he hasn't
actress.
thought of.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon. Paimon approves, let's go! Hello there, are you the guy looking for a new actress?
I'd rather not disclose where I'm from.
Wait, I know you
Just for
too?
personal reasons.
Are you really
The guy in the
willing
back
to act
looking
in my
fine with that,
musical?
so I didn't even see him.
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see.
Farina, I know
It's
it.
okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame. That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Oh, gotcha. I'm fine with that. I'm from the US as well.
Disband?
So very cool, very
You're
cool.
splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, This is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it. Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's
I don't
sake,
have a Discord
I still
server.
hope
Since
we
I'm
can
not
find a
that
way
big
to
yet,
hold
I
the performance on schedule.
haven't started one because I know it can become a bit to manage, but maybe one day. I do have a Twitter though, if you want to follow me on Twitter. /X. I know it's X now. It's just always Twitter in my head. And it's the same gamer handle.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now.
And a
Let's see if we can
YouTube,
come up with
actually.
any ideas.
That too. I know the links are in my About Me page on Twitch.
What if we sponsored the show?
Oh my gosh, just
Trevor,
take all my
how much
Mora.
Mora are you carrying?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible.
Oh, I know who it is.
Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
If you would like
That's
to,
how
you
know we're
can,
the best
yeah.
of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now. She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Okay.
Her!
Arena!
You're... That was a joke, right?
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Fri-yay might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like
Yeah,
ours.
you're good to go ahead and you can tell me it. Are you prepared to do whatever it takes?
Well,
I like
yes, but... Huh. Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Fri-yay star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her.
True.
And besides, things
Doesn't
are
hurt to
different now.
try.
There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Oh, very
Wait,
cool.
where does Fri-yay actually live nowadays?
As it happens,
Oh,
I
Catherine's
have
just
her
coming
current
in.
address here. I can provide it to you.
Woo! When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Fri-yay. Back in a jiffy.
I know Catherine lore. Oh, oh my gosh, she's behind. She's from like out behind a counter. Out from behind a counter. I couldn't say words. How did she get out? Did she just? You think she just yeeted over the top here? How? There's no door. You think she just yeeted herself over the edge?
Next on the
Oh, pretty
agenda,
cool. You create anime? That's really fun.
we're way behind schedule.
It's just wild to me that she's. I mean, she's been out before, but Very rarely do you see Catherine out from behind the desk. Okay, where is this? Oh, very cool.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here?
Oh, is this like actually Farina's home?
Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia.
Kinda true.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Oh, ouch.
Ah! Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
This is very important.
I
Macaroni.
used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too. Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and
I like her
bolognese the
tastes,
next.
y'all. I'm into it.
Sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
I know, you and me both, Keenage.
How rude!
Oh boy.
Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt
Blubber
so inclined.
profiteroles? What is that?
There it is. You don't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad! Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer
I like her
the
new
mighty
fit. I like her
Hydro
short hair. I'm
Archon.
into it.
I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now. So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific? I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Oh.
After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities, but given the present circumstances, I'm afraid
Yes,
I must
Newt
regretfully
did say that she's
decline
traveling.
your casting
Is it
request.
just a lie? She's really just
How
been...
come? It sounds like
In
this
her
would be a
house this whole
breeze for
time.
you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
Which is fair,
Although
honestly.
I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once
That's
was.
so sad.
Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick.
Yeah,
Surely that's okay.
I respect
Whether
it too.
it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross.
Yeah.
If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself.
She's not wrong. I
which
appreciate
would be
the boundary
same
setting.
as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe?
It's
Otherwise,
us.
they'll just have to
I
disband
found my
without any
calling.
fanfare.
Lumine has to act.
Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
You know what? She's kind of not wrong.
Since
But
I'm
that's kind of
just
the
an
part she
ordinary
played.
person now. They'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help. True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well,
That was kind of funny.
is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want
You're kinda
this
pushing her
job,
a little bit.
nor do I know of
I'm-
anyone else
you know.
who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I
I know.
thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Farina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything.
Respect their boundaries.
Oh, everyone
Gosh,
in the troupe will
Paimon.
be so disappointed. Yeah, I guess that's all
You
we
know,
can do
we could
now.
just act. I'm just
All right,
saying.
then. We'll see you around, Farina.
Lumine's calling. I'm just
Toodaloo
saying.
to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
She's like, I'm going home to take a rest now. She's literally in front of her house. I wonder what the inside of her house looks like.
We're way behind schedule.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Farina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many pain.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Oh.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why
Oh,
did you start
right.
looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Farina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role.
She kind of
for
did just go
personal
through a very
reasons.
traumatic event.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out.
Oh, you're right.
then.
I just noticed the guy with the hat and the sword. He's looking fly back there. Look at him. Oh, that's part of the Oh, also Farina. Not Farina just being right there. Look at her hat. That's so funny. I totally was so sidetracked by this guy that I didn't even go back to your hat. She's like spying. She's like secretly she wants to be a part of it. Oh, Farina. I think this guy though, I'm trying to say he's part Chevreau or however you say her name. I think he's part of the same thing she's part of. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Farina really so harsh with people?
Only joking.
Rip, she's
calm
listening to
down.
us right now. I feel so
So,
bad.
guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
I noticed.
Sure.
Aw, Farina. She's like, I'm hiding, you can't see me.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on
She's
my
terrible
shopping
at this.
list. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
That was funny.
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help
like,
but
doesn't know how to
overhear
interact
your
with others now.
conversation just now.
Farina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's
Oh
totally
my gosh,
fine.
not her
I
apologizing.
didn't take any of that personally.
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Yeah, I'm really good at that.
I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any
She's not
case,
exactly the most
it
sneaky.
sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Farina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as Lady. Just Farina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll
They're
find a
gonna
way
be so
through.
motivational.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe.
Yeah, I
And
was
tragically,
like, I don't know if that
she
name has been mentioned before,
was a
but
victim
it
in
sounded
the
familiar.
serial disappearances case.
What?
Yeah, that's a big ouch.
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no
That's really
sentence
hard
can
and
bring our
sad.
director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Farina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater.
Big rip.
She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in
Bad
life,
Vache.
and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then
Sad
disaster
chat.
struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our
So sad.
efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing. But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Farina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself.
Good job.
Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member, but only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them? An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh?
Oh, Paimon, be
You
nice.
just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Farina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Okay. Where are we going? Ambient duelist.
There'll be an
Okay, he's
extra
not
fee
part
for
of
that.
the guard that I was thinking Chevron was part of. He just has similar colors. Drink water, everybody. Ooh, this is cute.
Huh? Lady Farina?
What's Lady Farina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Farina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Farina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family. She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect. But one day, Her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
Yeah, about that.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Farina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing.
I agree.
But one by one,
That would have been
all
tragic.
the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that
Poisson.
staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson.
Yeah.
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the
I'm
show.
just saying, she's got like
So,
PTSD,
allons-y.
and they're just like,
To Poisson!
let's go. I laugh, but I'm serious. I know, I'm literally like, what's the problem with Poisson? And I'm like, literally the trauma. She went through so much, and we're like, yeah, let's just go back to Poisson. She's like, that's where it all started. Oh boy, no big deal. A little insensitive, you know? I feel like Wumin and Paimon are a little insensitive. I literally go, what's the problem? Why do you have reservations about going to Poisson? It's not like Maidens and Silver died or anything like that. Saving people. Fine, I'm not crying. Dog.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
That's the first thing you start with.
You came all the way here for that?
You don't say, hey, how are ya?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
I don't know if I believe him though. But he could have at least been like, hey, are you okay?
As expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough,
Honestly,
here
can you
are.
really mistake
And
our
Farina,
identities?
too.
We look very different.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Paolo?
Hello, Farina.
Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime.
She's
I've
actually
made all
the
the
main
arrangements
hero
already.
Of,
Oh, it's okay.
Fontaine.
We
It's
can
Navia,
just
'cause
wait.
She's everywhere.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you!
I love
Oblivious
her.
are you?
She's like, oh my gosh.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
Including Farina, and we're
I'm
not talking about it?
Sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point.
It's hard because I kind of like Navia. You know what I mean? Like, and like story-wise, I'm finding that I kind of want to pull for her. I'm not going to because I can't afford. I'm barely going to be able to afford to do back-to-back Raiden and Cloud Retainer. But to do Navia, Raiden, Cloud Retainer, I'd have to spend $100. I'll probably get all of them. And considering Cloud Retainer is the very last one, then that's the one that I want the most. I can't do it, but I don't know. It's hard because I'll be like, oh, I'll pull on a rerun, but I find if I don't pull on the first banner, I usually don't pull.
But for now, at least,
but
I think
kinda
I
just
should
like her
stay with the way I'm
story-wise.
feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget
Are they gonna kick her
after
out?
the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Farina.
That's
It's not a
rough.
perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
That's awful.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous
that's a
and
nice thing
considerate
she did, but
president
that's
of
awful.
Spina di Rosula, after all. Like my father before me.
Not really
Anyway,
had to
that was all.
twist that knife in
Look
the wind.
after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Well, that's heartbreak.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here.
How did we not just immediately
Still,
realize that?
I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful.
Oh, it's just everybody, though.
I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people. especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
True.
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over
Time
there.
to move.
Probably time we made a move.
Yep.
How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
I need to say something. Chat, I need to say something. I just need to say this. Listen. I can't handle her bow. I just can't get over it. It's just a me thing, I know. But, like, it just is missing one little... It's missing one of... I don't know what you'd call this, actually. What is this part of a bow? It's just missing it! And I get why it is the way that it is, because it's tied around her waist, right? So I get why it's tied that way, but it just... It irks me. That there's not another part of the bow. That's just a little nitpicky thing. It really doesn't matter. But I'm like, there just should be another part of the bow right here. And it's not there? Where am I going? Ship. Ooh, the ship. I like this music.
We're way
I wonder if I
behind
have this
schedule.
music.
Next on the agenda.
Spin crystal of it.
Next on the agenda.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
I need to see something about her outfit. I am Confucian.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know
Oh, look
whether
at her
you can
sitting.
tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Reward? I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Farina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today.
Yeah, come
I'm
on,
making
Paimon.
an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Really sad, everybody. Oh, cat. Hi, cat. Oh, kitty. Oh, look at a kitty. Cat. Cats. Lumine is not a licensed therapist. No, we can clearly see that. Neither is Paimon. Oh, not all the dead fish. Yeah.
Didn't you say you needed to
Paimon is
watch what
very
you
tone
eat?
deaf here.
You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips.
I want
You
to
know?
wolf down quantities of fish and
Come on.
chips.
It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's
fish
health
and
I'm worried
chips?
about, it's yours. I've spent my whole
What's
life
a fish
battling
and
the
chip?
effects of ill health.
I want
And
carbs.
it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours
I
by
always want
filling
carbs.
yourself
This is why
up
we
with
have
junk
problems.
all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least.
How nice.
So now he's playing the boar instead.
Sorry.
Paimon!
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
I was thinking it honestly though, Paimon.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
That's not just
I
something you
spent
do.
some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until
Yeah,
the
what is
director
up with
found
Fontaine,
me one
my
day.
dude?
She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up.
I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer.
Ah!
My parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage.
What
The other
is
kids
up
were
with these
always picking
people?
fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a
Oh, what is
murderer."
going on?
It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah, for the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh.
How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Farina.
Farina? The Farina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down.
That's actually true.
Now,
What a weird
where was I?
expression.
Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic.
Hello,
The little
welcome, running
Oceanid,
game.
Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it, and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land,
This is a sad
as
ending.
if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is
Well-timed air
sentient?
horn.
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover
It's a great
accepts
day,
her
except
for
for the
who she
sadness
is,
on
and
screen.
works with her to find a way to bring the water back.
So true.
However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away,
Rip.
and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love. One that extended to all
It's
of
so
humanity.
sad.
Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate
Oh, I like
her?
that less.
Her lover makes sure her
They
secret
need
never gets
Thanksgiving
out,
sandwiches.
and humanity continues
just
down the
sandwiches.
path to extinction.
That sounds like too cruel of an
I'm
ending
with
to me.
Farina on this one. That's I don't
And
like true to life
perhaps a
endings.
little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. Both arbitrary and meaningless.
Yeah, but when you watch
On the
something
day
and
when
the
she went
ending's
missing,
arbitrary and meaningless,
Director
you leave
O'Reilly
like
had instructed
that was
us
so,
all,
why did
somewhat
I even
out of the
go
blue,
with that?
to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, She disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found.
What if she's alive
Increasingly,
still?
all the signs seem to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
Wait, was she an Oceanid?
I've been trying to
I've been
follow
thinking
up
this
on
whole
that
time.
ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with O'Reilly.
What? You kept that
Dolphy's
one
like,
quiet.
oh, what?
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her,
I shouldn't
and
laugh,
she
I'm
never
sorry.
considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was
Hey,
expecting
some
to
good
hear.
sandwiches.
So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
Dog! Hello, dog! Dog's like, I'm eating all this fish. Look at this fish here, I'm eating it. There's a diver here. Or, I don't know. It's really a shame. Really a shame we can't pet the dogs and the cats. Yeah, come on! Step it up! I want to pet the dogs and cats! I feel like every game designer should know that if you're going to include animals, they should be pettable. Okay? That's just standard practice right there. If you're gonna include cats and dogs, and especially
This is
cute
tough going.
cats and dogs,
Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your
there should
condition?
also be a pet option. I'm just saying. It's
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Where's this take me? I don't need to go there. Where am I going? I don't know. I'm just getting sidetracked. Ooh.
Next on the agenda.
As if this journey wasn't tough enough
I don't know if he's here
already
right now,
without a
but
roadblock.
we'll tell him if he pops
Don't
up.
worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Farina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Farina said so herself.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put.
Sorry,
I'm
but
more
it's
like
funny. She just
a
hides behind me.
damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
They treat her pretty mean. I'm just saying. I feel like Paimon and Traveler are not the nicest to her. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad. I was so
Fight mode
pumped to
Farina,
feast my
let's
eyes
go.
on fight mode Farina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Why?
Don't worry, piece of cake.
I fight every day. Be good. Oh, we're fighting now. Oh gosh, not a cryo slime.
Shake his hands.
Be clear. Alright, this is how we gonna have to do that. Oh no! I'm sorry everybody, I can't fight.
Take
I
your true
can't
form.
fight!
Access denied. We're way be-
This is as good as it gets. I guess I could just walk away and come back, but what's the fun in that? Let's go, Garnu!
Born of ice and frost.
It does even less. You didn't know you wanted Machine Gun Ganyu, but here she is. Oh gosh, we're leaving. I can't do it.
We're way
I'll probably
behind
have to do it all
schedule.
over again, but we're gonna go get another team.
We're way behind schedule.
Okay, try that again. Oh, Toma. I have no. My Toma's on here, but he's not even built. Isn't this gonna be fun? He's gonna get wrecked. What does his E do again? I have to.
Don't get too close.
Time for a
Oh, I
light
should
show.
have done that, but it's okay. Oh my gosh, more.
Take cover! Teamwork is strength. That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Fire it up.
The fuse is lit.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Yo, let's go. Isn't this where I came from, and now we're just going back up here? Oh, is this it? Oh, okay. This is literally. I was exploring this little tent earlier. Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success.
Did she just decide to leave them?
That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamant, avoiding the truth will
Oh,
not
no.
help
Did she
anyone.
decide she couldn't do it anymore, so
Unless
she
you mean to
left?
suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamant. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one.
Oh,
As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Oh, rip. Was it Raid Shadow Legends?
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit
laugh right
behind
now.
the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then
This is going nowhere good,
I was
chat.
going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
Oh, rip, I don't have any nice answers.
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her. How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Yes, because telling people to
Stay
stay calm
calm?
always works. I'm just
How
saying.
can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want.
This voice
Kill
acting
me
is pretty
if you
good.
prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see
There's
your
a lot of
face
pointing.
again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for
Are you
long
telling-
enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you tell him, Farina.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other, and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters.
When is this performance supposed
When
to be?
emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom really quickly and then we'll continue with the story, so I'll be right back. Maybe music's gonna be quiet either way. I'll be back. Alrighty, let's keep going. Oh boy.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
I know, I was just thinking in my head, I was like, she's like a main character. She has all this time and all these quests.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying
so
on
it
her
looks like she
person
did in
and
fact die.
this tattered old notebook.
Hey!
Every morning
It's
I'll
full
have
of
my cake
script
and coffee.
finds!
Yes.
And sketches too!
I want
Looks
cake
like
every
they show where
morning.
the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something.
Oh, it's gonna be sad.
To whoever discovers this diary, looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vachey's guilt.
Vachey took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
I know, this is the
Her
worst.
handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left.
This is awful.
Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone else was taken, that makes 6. Or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry. I don't know if writing this is of any use or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching, but what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I truly protected them? Sorry, I'm so sorry. I can write no more. Oh boy, I think I have a fever and my old stomach troubles have returned, but nobody has given me any medicine. I suppose I am more fortunate than, I don't know, Chrissy? The pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It is so damp here, I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but it is I who am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, troop safe. I, them, important. Please, farewell, apologize. Life, perform, future, regret, Cleo. This page is an absolute mess, and the writer's pen seems to have wandered its surface at random. Only some words can be made out, and barely at that. From this page onward, the diary stops to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings, others are handwritten with many crossings out and changes. It is apparent that the pages have been referenced often, and that this was the personal notebook of artistic director Areli. Well, that's just the worst.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but
That's
at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note are 2 new lines Ariel has written, in handwriting much more legible than before, but it seems they took both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them. I love them. Well, rip. My heart hurts.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this still what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
so she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Really sad, y'all. I was not emotionally prepared.
Up and away.
I was about to dive into the concrete. After reading through the notebook, some are lost for words, some weep bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. A long time passes before the group is able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. To make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions love, hate, regret, and hope just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we
there she
need
is.
an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that O'Reilly's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine?
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you? I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead
also,
from
don't
the
mess
roulette.
this up.
I know just where to find him.
First Miss Farina, now the opera epiclese? If only the director was still with us.
Hey, come on. There's no point in dwelling on that now. We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Where's what's-his-face? Oh, he's up there.
During the final scene, maybe we should stop the music just before Cleo takes the stage?
Best of luck.
Oh boy. Our friend Novelette.
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, Traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
You share the story of the little Oceanid with Novelette along
I
with
understand.
the backstory.
The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
She's excited.
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So, in the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents
But
once
she did
more.
set a boundary.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions, nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troop once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalet.
You are very welcome.
So excited. Oh, gross. I have the standard wings on him. Actually, this might be the best fit for him. I don't know if I have any. Yeah. I don't know if I have a better wing color for him. It's hard with the reds. Like Luke and Bennett still have their standards, I believe. That could look good. I'm so close to these wings. It doesn't really look good on him though. No. No. Ooh, that could look good, actually. I think I'm thinking either. Let me try the last two. Yeah, no. Oops, I skipped. I'm thinking either the music note wings, the normal wings, or the Leeway wings. I think I'm torn. Actually, I'm narrowed it down to the music note wings or the Leeway wings. Let's see a full turn here real quick. I wish I could honestly move him, you know what I mean? You think Leeway? Okay, I was kind of leaning to that too, so I will then go with that. It does matter. Thank you for your opinion. Look, I haven't. I'm such a noob. I was literally fighting with him. I don't even have artifacts on him. And he is. Oh, I guess. I don't even. I was fighting with him. I don't even have an artifact set on him. Not even like a 3-star artifact set. I know. He just. I didn't look at the weapon. Level 1. I'm so sorry, Toma. And look at this, no talents. Not me just using him on my Yoimiya team like this. Oh no, at level 40. I know, okay, I did know that's a good weapon for him. I did remember, I forgot, excuse me, that I changed it to one of his better weapons. Oh, this is bad. That's pretty funny. Also, to answer your question you asked me, who do I think the Fontaine wings will go with? Skara could be an option. Skara has like, I don't know what it is, but like they like blue gliders, and so I feel like Skara fits with like a lot of the wings. You know what I mean? Like he can fit with like a lot of them. He even has some purple, so if you wanted to put the Inazuma. But like most of the wings, like Skara he just works with them. And even the new set that came out that you have to pay money for, work with him as well. Yeah, he really was. So I feel like Skara could go good. I don't know about Mona. I'm thinking my Hydro characters first, you know what I mean? I don't know if Mona would look good with them. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Wings of Companionship on her because it's got the stars. But, oops, wrong one. Could she go? I don't know if it's my favorite. I like the Wings of Companionship because they've got the stars. I don't know. Ganyu? Honestly, you could put him on Ganyu. But I like her ice wings. I can't wait till we get the Shnaznaya wings. Those are gonna go on her. Who else has a blue theme that could go? Not Xingqiu. Lynette? Oh yeah, I didn't even get there yet. Let's see Xingqiu first. It's not bad. I currently have on him. I didn't even see. Oh, I have the music wings on him. Maybe that's not bad on him. Let's see. You said Lynette. Oh, let's check. Mika might look good with them. He's kind of got the white and blue. Yeah, Mika doesn't look bad with them. They fit his aesthetic a little bit there. The only thing is he's got silver. Does he have any gold detailing? He mainly has silver detailing. Yeah. Okay, so Mika is definitely an option. Actually, what wings do I have on Mika right now? Oh, I have the anima wings. Oops, I did not mean to hit description. Kaya. I don't know if this Kaya, but original outfit Kaya. Original outfit Kaya. I feel like you could wear him on Kaya. I don't know about his new outfit. Let me see.
Hey, I've got the treasure map.
Maybe I could work with his new outfit too, actually. Well, now I'm just here, doing this. Oh my gosh, I bet the Natlin wings are just gonna be so cool. If they're not like orange and red and fiery, I'm gonna be livid. I mean, they will be something because they always match the color of the nation, right? They are fire. Anyway, I'm trying to get to Lynette, but I keep getting sidetracked with people who could fit these wings. There you are. She might be too green. I actually don't love it. I think it's because she's got too much green in her blue, you know? It's got a lot of green undertones. That could work. I might like the anima wings better, though. It's the greeny blues, you know what I mean? What about Frem? Can Frem do it? Frem could pull them off, but I think I'm gonna put the cryo wings on him instead. Okay, I'll spend all day doing this. Oh, Layla. Last one. What about Layla? The penguins don't fly. That's so funny. I mean, you're not wrong. I think Layla could pull them off. What do I currently have on Layla? I don't know. I'll give her the ice wings. Oh, okay. There we go. That's it. Now I'm on that tangent.
Still, 10 more is better than no more.
Just Toma having a monologue to himself over here.
Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
Look at her being encouraging.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiumali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation?
Oh my gosh, Paimon.
That's great!
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing. Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen.
Oh my gosh,
about it all,
Paimon, stop.
She's really fired everyone up.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
want to actually see it though. Oh, he looks so good. I want to actually
Cursed
see.
Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
Oh, look at me back there.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
I thought the water is like ribbons, like cloth.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Oh, they did her hair, I love it.
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only...
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage!
Why does it have to be now?
Is what's gonna happen, what is gonna happen, what I think is gonna happen, you know what I mean?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why?
I love her hair.
What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
So sad on
How
so
could
many
you do
levels.
this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You...
It's my
This is a
time to shine,
conversation for
everybody.
another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Looks directly at Farina.
Miss Farina, I'd like to make a request of you.
I will just say, I am really enjoying this quest, but it's a little bit frustrating how she like set up this boundary and like the whole time everybody's been trying to get her to be like break the boundary. I don't know. Because I also get that she, you know, is probably just setting that out of like the pain and stuff, and she probably would, you know, do great acting. I don't know. You know, we'll talk
Say
about it
no
later.
more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I
It's
guess
him.
another
Loic's
guy in
gonna
the
do it.
troupe with a similar voice
He'll be
register could
Cleo.
take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Thank you, Miss Farina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
Oh, we know she wanted to do it though.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure. She never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
So sad about it.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly in your hand.
I'm so excited for this part. I may or may not have had a little bit of it spoiled.
yet? When will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis, serai toujours là, à voir le monde et s'inventer. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Dang, that was really good. That gave me goosebumps.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Fri-yay on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey! That's not what we agreed on!
Oh! So it was Farina after all.
She's back!
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down, don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine
I know,
since
that was
ancient
so
times
good.
that
You did miss
everyone's
it.
work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
I did. That was actually the first thing that I noticed.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. I flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
So, here's a thought on that, though, real quick. Because Celestia has been really quiet, and a lot of people think that, like, are they even there still? But we also do know that Celestia is the one who hands out visions. So someone's gotta be up there, because Scar recently got a vision. And then also on top of that, Furina just got a vision. So it's just interesting to me that even I've been like, is anybody even in Celestia because they haven't responded in so long? Well, I don't believe so because it's never been the Archons who give out visions. I think we figured that out pretty early on. We thought that it was like the Archons who could grant visions, but we figured out in Inazuma that maybe even before that, that the Archons don't. That's true, he could grant visions. But we found it, but I'm pretty sure it specifically said that Celestia is the entity that decides who gets visions. Because isn't there like, I forget at what point there's like hasn't been an Electro vision given out forever or whatever, I don't know. Something about that.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay.
That
Her
could be,
condition
that's a good point.
stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage! You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning!
That's wonderful.
Honestly, if anyone deserves a vision, it's Furina.
I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm on point now.
You mean
obvious.
we never stop arguing with each other?
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe
So
is sure to
true.
spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but
I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order.
Oh, look at her.
I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I'd previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating
You
place
should go
it
talk
is.
to Venti.
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Aren't you the gods? I mean, I know she's not, but like... That was really excellent. There was definitely some tone-deaf Paimon.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power.
What's the funny thing she
And
does with
now
her
that the
vision?
gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
Oh.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, I've got an interview with the Steambird to get to. Thanks to all your help, the show was more perfect than we ever could have hoped for. But most of all, I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to O'Reilly.
She floods her apartment? Does she have like a story about that? Or like, where do you learn this
info? Of course I have some regrets, but...
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us to tell the stories that we want on stage.
Oh, now we can talk to Barad.
Now that the buzz is worn off, I feel ready to pass out.
Thank you so much. I feel like I've rekindled the passion I had when I first
Oh,
It
that's
might
kinda
turn
funny,
out to be
honestly.
too little, too late for me.
That's hilarious. I mean, I bet other people have done that too, if you think about it. Like, you think of having a pyrovision, you actually, like, accidentally set stuff on fire sometimes. I feel like that's what I would accidentally do. I'd be like, oh goodness. Setting things on fire. Well, we're here, aren't we? We made it. Oh, I gotta go talk to, a Kesselin. Oh, that's so funny. Oh man, because they're like her friends. She like made herself friends. I get that now.
Thank you for Ad Astra.
Probably should go to my teapot. Fri-yay wings were a good choice on him. I need more flower options. I feel like I've exhausted all of my... Oops. There's so many of each seed. Teapot, I forgot.
The one before. Ah.
Ugh, no flower. Thank you! It's my favorite track so far. I'm missing a couple of the Fontaine tracks, but of the ones that I have, definitely my favorite so far. Yeah, so let's see. 99, 100, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 8, 9, 11, 12, 14. I think it's gonna be absolutely high.
This realm.
How did I know you were gonna say that? I might have forbidden knowledge. Who knows? Maybe I don't. The world may never know. Share my currency? I'm telling you, and I've told y'all before, if you just don't play the game the right way, you too can have tons of currency.
If you ever had...
That's how I have so much. Just don't play the game the right way, obviously. Okay, before I get off, I want to do the character trial. Anybody have anything to say to me? Okay. Probably should put some stuff on Toma, shouldn't I? At least just like a placeholder set, because that's better than nothing. What does he need again? I did all this research and then now I just don't remember. Toma, 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 Toma. Where are you on this list? There you are. Okay, Noblesse. Rip. Or 2-piece emblem, 2-piece tenacity. Or instructor. I've not seen someone suggest a 4-piece instructor in a long time. Noblesse is obviously burst. Two-piece emblem, 2-piece millilith. Okay. Oh, it's the defense stats. Oh man, they hurt me. Oh man. It depends on who else I use on the team. Right now it's Bennett, Fischl, Yoimiya. It'll probably stay Bennett, Fischl, Yoimiya. Good shield. Good shield. I'm using him mainly for shielding purposes. So what's the suggestion if I want good shields? Yes, I do have Noblesse on Bennett. Well, let me say that. I'm pretty sure I have Noblesse on Bennett. Yes, I have Noblesse on Bennett. HP and energy. Should I still do two-piece? Lilith and Tenacity? Or, that's the same one. I'm trying to say Emblem and Tenacity. I have less Tenacity, so let's, did I miss it? I feel like I missed it. Okay, Tutu, there it is. Right now, I'm probably gonna have to farm some more stuff for him. By that, I mean do the boxes, but... It's all the defense. This just kills me. At the possible cost of some energy. Which, out of curiosity, which two-piece? It's just so painful. Ugh. Oh yeah, I don't think I have any of that. So we'll just have to do a placeholder set for now. Oh, it hurts me. Hurts me. All the defense substats. There we go. That's a good placeholder set for now. Probably should level him up. Oh well, that's good for now. I don't play Yoimiya's team as much as I should. Okay, I feel like I was gonna do something else before. Oh yeah, I want to do the trials before I switch games here. I went to the wrong thing, it's fine. I'm here for the primos. I don't even remember what Sino does. Wow, he's so complex. Anubis go roar. Oh, gracious me.
Stand with me.
I don't.
Surrender.
I'll settle this. Let me weave you a verse.
Through me, justice is served.
It says there's visual cues, but I can't see anything.
You stand condemned.
Oh, visual cues, I see it.
Your penance is
tried to
due!
hit it. Oh, I should have done it. They just hit one, but okay. Okay, we have a take two here. I see that now.
Rain cutter.
Just like we rehearsed.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. You stay condemned.
Oh! See that now. At least it gives you a visual cue, you know what I mean? Rather than just having to guess. Oh yes, exactly what I need. More scarabs. Everybody needs some more scarabs. Kamisato Ayato. Scarab drama. Oh, Yoon-jin.
Flags up!
He's kind of like going Mia.
Frying pan into the fire.
I know this is Pyro, so I have to build energy. Okay, good. Oh, wait, I have a purpose for this. Maybe. Ow, rude.
Strike is one! This isn't stage fighting!
I'm going in.
Mind the deluge.
So sassy. Really? You're all the way over there? Come over into my field.
Break a leg!
Get out
What'd you
of
say?
here. Everybody stand back.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just do my own thing. Excuse me if you could come over here into my... Ow. That was one.
Flags fly!
Teamwork is dream.
Your grand finale!
Cascade.
I did so good with that trial. Oof, Dragon Spine looks so good back there. Oh, okay, I kind of want to not do that. That was an accident. I hit E instead of W to walk. Okay, I kind of want to do some Honkai Star Rail so we can do some more of Guagua's event. I think I have done everything that I want to do in Genshin. And then we will finish out with some Honkai Star Rail. Just trying to make sure. I do need to do my reputation. That's for a different time. And by that, I mean probably like tomorrow or something. Okay. Let me get switched over here. I can exit out of the Toma build here. Okay, let's see. Gonna plug my phone in. Okay. All right, let's see. We're gonna get. Oh, I gotta change my category real quick. Okay, it's gonna load here. It's gonna get real loud. downloading of resources. Okay. Let's get switched over. I have a lot of, oh yes, the 800! Oh! That's like a couple pulls right there. Is that so good? Oh my gosh, did anybody else see Argenti's, character teaser? He's literally so extra. I kinda liked it. He is too much. Just so extra. You're right though, he might outdo Fischl and Farina. Look, I made it. Tell you how many. Oh, I see that. There is a new event. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up with the current events. Can't even keep up with the current events. Alright, I probably should get on that, shouldn't I? Well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some more What am I doing? Chat, I love when you make jokes. It's just great. Chat, I just love it when y'all crack jokes like that. Just cracking jokes, left and right. Yeah, I probably should check out the new SU, but you know. I was being serious. I'm so sorry. I'm not necessarily making fun of you. I just was saying, I know you're being serious. I'm sorry. We should probably check out the new SU. Hey, I'm gonna go grab, I just realized what time it is. I'm gonna go grab a little quick snacky. Okay. And then, oh, I actually, real quick, I realized I turned my volume setting down on Star Rail. Let me turn it back up. I'm gonna get a snacky, but first I'm gonna turn this back up. Maybe I'll put myself in the parlor car real quick so you have some fun Honkai Star Rail music to listen to. Go think of new jokes. Except you were being serious, so... Okay, if I go position myself right here, maybe you'll have some music to listen to. New serious jokes. Oh, I forgot I changed the music! I was waiting for the epic Dan Hung music, but I forgot I changed it because I like this song. Okay, my menu. There you go. Okay, you'll have music to listen to. Okay, I will be back in just a couple minutes. I'm gonna go get a little snacky. This is epic in its own way, you're right. Okay, so I'll be right back. And then we'll do some events. Okay? I'll be right back. dokie, I'm back. That took me a minute. I ate some soup. Really, I heated up some soup. So, oh, we are ready. Welcome back to my own stream. Okay. I don't even remember. I know I did some of this off stream. Chat, you can just take over my stream for me. Oh yes, I have 2. Let's just pick, this one seems terrible. And since we've already been, having a really awful day today. Let Jet do all the That's hilarious. Ahilio, bye! I'm just gonna kind of skim through this. Sorry, chat. Because they're just like, oh my gosh, it's a Helio bye. If you could please arrange, my lord, I shall humbly oblige. Where am I going? Oh, I keep trying to get rid of my exclamations.
One's hexachromatic position is always in flux. Planning is paramount.
I bet Argenti's idols are just gonna be so long. Wait, so you're unfamiliar man. That, hey, are you Insomnophile? Shivers, that's the first time I've heard someone say my name out loud. IRL gives me goosebumps. That's right, my name's, I'm Insomnophile. Well, Luguai sent you, right? I thought I'd be meeting up with her in person. It's like this. My neighbor is this old Foxian grandpa who lives by himself called Wen Yuan. Wen Yuan is an introvert who keeps to himself and hardly ever gets to interact with anyone. But recently at night, there's been this laughter coming from his place. Somehow this guy has turned into a person filled with radiant joy. One time I bumped him at the market and asked him about it. He told me it was his wife, Ruoxi, finally coming home after 30 years abroad. That's on me for writing everything so clearly in my post. I didn't leave any room for suspense. You should let me tell you the rest of the story. I remember when they were married. As a neighbor, I congratulated them in person. Unfortunately, these two did not live happily ever after. Ever heard of the Great Battle of Fanghu? 30 years ago? Ruoxi? She sacrificed her life in that battle, and yet here she was again. I don't actually believe in ghosts or anything, let alone coming back from the dead. I posted this on that spooky thread just because I didn't know whom to turn to for help. Unless she really is alive. It's not entirely impossible, but back then her Jade Abacus and Death Notice were both mailed back. Old Wen Yuan even held a Foxian memorial ceremony as is custom. I remember it crystal clear. Naturally, we can't rule out the Rainbow Arbiter's protection, but if she really is all safe and sound, shouldn't she have come back a little earlier? This morning I heard him say that he was going shopping around the Arum Alley with his wife. You should be able to find him there. Oh boy. Ooh, I don't know how to say that. It actually can just self-play. That's funny. Wait, so Arm Alley we go. I love the music in Arm Alley. no one else is like, that's in it. No one else thinks that's strange? Did you notice? This is Mr. Wen Yuan, and he doesn't seem possessed. And this heliobus is also quite unusual. Things seem to have gotten more complicated than anticipated. We can only ask. Huh, this place is very different from the Luofu that I know. Only you are the same. Ha ha ha, so are you, just the same. Are you free to chat right now? So we'd like to talk to the two of you. But your wife is glowing a little. Your wife's a little see-through. You're being deceived by a heliobus. I don't like any of these answers. Who are you? What does being deceived by a heliobus mean? I don't know you, and I don't know what you're trying to do, but please leave my wife alone now. Can you really not tell that's not a real, like, she's not real? She's see-through and glowing? Please, please don't embarrass us. We're just a husband and wife out on a date. She's green, and her feet are disappearing. Let's just pretend that any offense caused didn't happen. We're leaving here right now, okay? No, no, please wait. Wen Yuan is already completely enraptured by the heliobus, Ruoxi. Try using the harmonic chime. Bing! I was here to grab this, thank you. Nope, hit the wrong button. Ding dong. Roxy, Roxy, what's wrong with you? No, don't look at me, please, turn around. What have you ruffian done? Hey, put up your dukes! He just said put up your dukes. Hang on, Wen Yuan, let me and her have a chat. So I can't hide anything from a judge of the Ten Lords Commission. Fine, are you here to arrest me? Do you think I didn't know? That I was too stupid to realize? What do you have to lay it all out like that for? Wen Yuan, don't say that. They are from the Ten Lords Commission, so they do things by the book. At first it was like you said, I disguised myself as Roxy in the vain hopes of cheating him. But Wen Yuan is a very smart man, and he probably saw straight through everything at first sight. These happy days we've been spending together have been nothing more than a tacit game of playing house. But this feeling, it's real. I once thought as a being of Starfire essence, I never needed to love or be loved, but I was wrong. So I beg you, please don't let me lose what we've only just gained. Miss Roxy, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Wen Yuan has changed much since the two of you met. Have you noticed that despite not taking possession, you still unintentionally consume the host's body? You're right, I'm being selfish. Roxy, you know I never cared about any of that. I'll soon wither away from exposure to a heliobus, I already know that. My girl, this is just what I used to research back in my days studying at the Tianqiao Ming's Academy. I'm sorry, right from the very start, I never should have. Don't say that. Seeing you one more time is a price paid by a lifetime of conserved luck. But girl, I know you have to act according to the rules of the Ten Lords Commissions, but I'm asking you to relax just a little. Once we've spent our final moments together, she will definitely come free. Yes, please give us a little more time, and then I will dutifully go with you. Waha looks a little awkward. She hopes you can help her come to a decision. What? Do I have to actually decide that, like, if he's gonna die or not? Ooh, I don't know how I feel about it. Ugh. I honestly don't know, chat. It's essentially just saying, like, do we let him die, or do we, you know, fulfill his wishes? Or do we not let him fulfill his wishes, but he stays alive? You know? Ooh, I don't like it. Ooh, I don't like this decision. I don't know. I don't want to decide. Okay, I really don't know. Don't make me make a decision, game. Oh boy. I don't like this answer just because I'm like, it's for the best. I don't know if it's for the best, but it's kind of what they want. I wish I knew I would be faced with these decisions. Bummer, dude. Oh. It's what he wants, I'll let him. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, I thought it was, is it gonna be like... Oh. Oh, maybe I made a poor choice. Oh well. I didn't realize it was like a forever thing. I thought it was like, give him a little more time. But it's like a, don't collect this Heliobi at all. Aw. I didn't think it was gonna be a forever thing. I thought it was like, give us a couple more hours. Oh. Oh, let's go out to dinner. We'll see what happens, I guess. There's a time and place for memes. Who wants some milk tea? I actually really do. Oh, I want milk tea. Oh wow, that was such a more, like, it was more mean of a response than I wanted it to be. Oh, this is turning out more mean than I wanted it to be. She just... No, that's not how I wanted this to be. Oh, now I feel kind of bad. Feeling extra bad. Oops. Oh, I hate all of the exclamations. Oh yeah, I gotta go do these things, bummer. Okay, so Heliobus raining things down from the sky. Alright, we're going. The strongest legal department catching you? Why so paranoid? I'm just trying to do you a favor here. Anyway, here's something for you. It might be a bit stinky, but it's also very useful. What a serendipitous meeting. You and I were destined to meet. Here's a little something for you. You're welcome. Thank you, I'll take good care of it. That's great. Everyone loves little surprises like this. No, actually based on personal experience, there are some who don't. May I ask, why is it that you dislike my method of entrance? Oh, these are all kind of mean. Whose other entrance was it? I see, it's the timing of my entrance that isn't serious enough, and it feels awkward. Sorry for that, human. I'll pick a time in the future when it's less serious to suddenly pop out then. Unless you're one of those always serious types. You should learn how to play happy, human. Oh, so plagiarism is it? I've heard that in human societies you can be held legally liable if you do the exact same thing that someone else has done before. Is human law really this strict? Will a human be arrested by a judge merely for saying something that someone else said? Human society, how suffocating. It's so much better being a free and roaming Heliobus. Does repeating another person's behavior get unfairly tagged as being uncreative? Humans sure are an interesting species, but can intelligent creatures actually visualize something that they haven't even seen before? If my entrance is not a sudden appearance, but instead spiral off into the sky with sparks like a firework, is that okay? It's not that simple, is it? If someone else didn't like it, you wouldn't just stop breathing, would you? If you tell storytellers not to tell any stories that someone else has told before, they would feel hurt, or start to doubt themselves. Pity you're only asking a Heliobus. I'm Mimi the Imp, and I'm not gonna stop doing something just because a human doesn't like it. Tee-hee! You enjoy that little gift, okay? That was a random encounter. Beep. Judge Huahua, the courier crane. Mimi the Imp, I know. It's kind of funny. Judge Huahua, the courier crane, side crane you need is ready. I'm still not used to being addressed as a judge, but thanks. Judge, here. This is the flying Lunumbra Gourd mobile platform, aka Exorcist side crane you've requested for Judge Huahua. That was too many words. It comes with a courier package? That's very observant of you. The Lunumbra Gourd is in the courier package, excuse me. Whatever that fulfills the purpose of flying with the Lunumbra Gourd, I guess, it's actually pretty easy to operate. High-tech sacred instruments are usually easy to handle. Anyway, this side crane is at the disposal of Judge Huahua. Among us, do we have anyone who knows how to operate a side crane? You notice the two of them looking at you inquisitively. That's me. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, look, there's purple. I'm ready. Oh no. How do I... go. Literally Flappy Bird. The Exorcist Psycrane. How funny. Entered safe zone. I suppose this verifies the feasibility of the Exorcist Psycrane. Judge Hua Hua, please return it in a timely fashion after using it. I will. Let's get moving. We should take a look at the place mentioned in the post. Well then. Oh, it's in the Divination Commission. Pikachu, I choose you. Oh, that was only 3 of them? Don't sense tail here. Where am I going? Oh. Oh, is this a battle? Catch me if you can, kiddo. Oh boy, is it a battle? Finally, but it's not over yet. So bad at these battles.
Ready to lose yourself?
You can fight it or rock with it, and I shouldn't have done that.
You can fight it or rock with it! Time for the main event.
Oh, they're gonna get it. I don't have enough alts to be able to get it, so. Keep up! Well, things happen there. Not bad, girl. This is the most exciting adventure I've ever had. What's your intention? I'm just out to have fun. Sapphire. I don't know, but they just all got destroyed. If you're the one being locked in the furnace, you'll find ways to escape from that boring place too. To be able to enjoy yourself like this, I guess there's nothing I'm unhappy about. If you got nerve, then don't let me escape again, or else I'll shut up and go in. Get out of here. I'm like fierce today. I feel like my Stell is just like, I don't know. Oh, we're still going. March? March is possessed? Oh. They're like, look at this. Look at this Heliobi. Huh? Dragathio? And who's this? Greetings, I'm Quaqua from the Ten Lords Commission. Did you meet any, strange occurrence? Strange occurrence? No, but I did manage to capture some beautiful shots of the scenery. How about this? Take this talisman with you. If something happens to you, it will react. Quaqua pastes the talisman on March 7th. Does this mean I'm fine? I suppose so. Since Dragathio said so, I'll take it as if nothing happened. Miss March, don't worry. In any case, we will return to the Fixtral Garden. The thing in the Lunambra gourd needs to be restrained. Oh, that was a weird interaction. I go in. Oh. Dun 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 dun! The Heliobus named Sapphire said it left the creation furnace for freedom. Do you think the other Heliobi are the same? Perhaps. I don't know too. Anyway, let's publish a post to put the people there at ease. Even though we did not find any clues about Tail, I'm still grateful to you. I will continue to search for Tail. It is much stronger than Starfire, and I'm sure it will be fine. Yes, nothing will happen to it. Some of the names, I just can't. Hey, look at this! I only have to get to, like, what, 8 to get my phone background. Ooh, claimable rewards.
I don't think searching like this is the best way.
Diner haunted. Evil spirit breaks into restaurant and eats double its body weight in food. Oh, do you think Tail did this? Seems like his style.
Sounds like a very hungry criminal came up with a very poor excuse.
What about this one? Paranormal activity reported at exclusive horror immersia. Guests experience haunting within 7 days of screening. It reminds me of when I used to watch horror immersia to train my courage. Whenever there was a suspenseful moment, Tail would jump up and scare me.
Guys, I feel like this is just some sort of prank, or a marketing stunt to boost ticket sales. Huahua has been browsing Ghostly Grove for hours. Every time she finds a suspicious incident,
I know, we
she
need
says,
to find Tail.
"Do you think Tail did this?" Problem is, any suspicious incident could be Tail-related when you think about it.
I feel like Tail is still around. Oh, but if so, why didn't he come back to see me?
He was your Tail for so many years. I'm sure he'd come back to say hi. Or bye.
Touché, you're not helping.
Anyway, even if you don't find Tail, you're still a great judge. The success of our ghost hunting squad proves it.
Thank you, Miss Gwei. I don't really get compliments without the encouragement of you squad members. Working with you guys has made me feel a little more confident. Oh, but it's hard not to think about the days when Tail was still around. Back then, I was a useless coward. I'd hide at the first sign of trouble. Tail would always complain about it, but he'd also get me out of danger.
Reminds me of me and my brother. Sort of a love-hate relationship.
Hey, look at this!
Did you find Tail?
What, halfway there? No, is it 10? Oh, it's 10, dang it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna take me 5 ever to get the phone screen. Oh, can I get it now? Oh no, I see what it's saying. I have to get to 1 million. Oh my gosh. I should probably real quick do some of the, actual battles. Ooh, a pass. Actually, have I done anything here? I think I've done one battle here. That was like the intro battle. Enemies obtain fiend fire no more than 1 time, so I'm so bad at this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, let's try to at least get the first one. No downed characters. So we need to use one.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!